Hello everyone. So I will discuss the highest skill ceiling operators, in my opinion. What do I mean by that? Skill ceiling is what you can theoretically do with an operator. So some operators are easy to play in a basic way, but with experience and skill, they can become extremely powerful. For example, if you take an attacker like Sledge, he is if you just start out and new to the game, you can use him easily. You can just use his hammer to open up barricades and can go in and stuff. But if you are a pro league player or something, you can do so much more with Sledge. You can play vertically and make rotations for your team, and this requires extreme detailed map knowledge to open the correct spots, and he's pretty hard to use in such a way that he can influence the round. Yeah, so operators with a high skill ceiling are hard to play well. That would be my definition. Yeah. So in this video we're gonna focus on the defenders, because it would be too long to include both attackers and defenders. I might make a video on attackers in the future. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the F tier, the worst one. Just to clarify, this is not a list on how good an operator is. If I put an operator into F tier, it can still be a great operator. It's just that his gadget does not require as much skill. And we're only going to focus on the primary gadget of an operator here. We're not going to take into account his secondary gadget, like C4 or something, because this can change in the future. So, for example, Dokkaebi, sometimes she has frag grenades, sometimes she doesn't. You just don't know what Ubisoft is going to come up with. Yeah, so we're just gonna take the primary gadget into account, and also we are not gonna focus on the guns of an operator. So if an operator has a hard to use gun, that will not be taken into account, because that might be changed in the future as well, and I just want to focus on the gadgets here. Okay, so we're gonna start off with F tier. We're gonna put Rook. I think this should be clear. You put his armor down in the prep phase, and that is all there is to it. He's a great operator, but his gadget doesn't require much skill to use, or none at all. Maybe just to place it down really fast. So, second one in F tier will be Warden. I just want to say I'm not an expert on all these operators. I think it's impossible to be an expert in all of these. Nobody can play all of these extremely well, I'm pretty sure. But I really don't play much Warden, but the way I see it, his gadget, you just, when you see a smoke grenade coming, or flashes, or blitz approaching, you just press his gadget, and then you're safe. And I really don't see much more you can do with it. Okay, so that's it for F tier. We're gonna go to D tier. Doc. Yeah, so you can heal yourself, which just requires that you press a button, and you can heal your teammates. Also, you can make bullet holes or heal them through the floor or something, so that requires a bit more skill. Yeah, but other than that, not much of a skill operator from the pure gadget perspective. Okay, Thunderbird. Where is she? There. Thunderbird, also D tier. You just place her stations where you think people were gonna play, and yeah, that's about it, I think. And the last one for D tier will be Caveira. Caveira, the only thing that requires skill on her gadget is when you're facing a Jackal. So in the prep phase, you can activate your gadget so the Jackal cannot see your footsteps there. And other than that, yeah, you just press the button and then you're pretty silent when moving. And that's about it. Okay, we're gonna continue with C tier. And I'm gonna put Ella into C tier. Because you place her Gschmod mines over doorways mostly, but you can also put some nice hidden ones. For example, Café. When you're defending Café, top floor, you can put one on white stairs, really hidden, like in a corner on the middle of the white stairs. I cannot describe it really well, but there are some hidden ones, and this requires a bit more skill. Also, you can throw her Ella mines in a gunfight and use it like a stun grenade. So Ella does require quite a bit of skill. But I'm not sure if I would put her higher. Maybe B tier, but I think C tier is a good one for her. Okay, Mozzie will be put here because you can what you can do with his pests, which requires a bit more skill. You can under doorways, when the floor is soft, you can shoot a bit of the floor out and put your Mozzie pest in there. Also, you can put some barbed wire and put your pests like in front of the barbed wire or something. So you can predict how the drone will jump over the barbed wire or try to evade it. So it will jump right into your Mozzie pest. So there are some good ones. And also what you can do with it is the way when you hack the drone, the way you place the drone then somewhere. You can pre-place it and use it like Valkyrie Cam. So that requires also a bit of map knowledge, quite a bit actually. And you can drone out, when you hack the drone, you can drone out attackers and feed your teammates intel, active intel, so they can pre-fire the enemy. And also, when you hack a Twitch drone, you can zap thermite charges or something like that. Yeah, so quite a few nice things you can do with it. But I think there are operators who require way more skill. So I'm gonna put him here. Goyo is the next one. Yeah, the way you play him, you just need to know where you place your deployable shields. So in good areas. And that's almost all there is to it. What you can also do with him is to know when to shoot your own Goyo shield, the red canister, to deny a certain area. So you can use it also for plant deny or area denial or something. Yeah, and the knowledge when to shoot this shield requires quite a bit of skill, but not as much as other operators. Okay, Aruni. Aruni, we're only gonna focus on her gates here. I don't think they are that hard to use. You can put them on windows, so the attackers won't spam grenades into the site or something. And you have to know when to reactivate her gate. Yeah, but other than that, I don't think it requires that much skill. Maestro. Maestro can be tricky. Maybe I should put him in B tier, but I'm gonna leave him here because you have to place his evil eyes in a good spot now. For example, in an elevated spot where it's hard to knife for the enemy. So you mostly have to know where to place it, and it cannot be knifed. So it's almost like knowing where to place bulletproof cams. So it requires quite a bit of knowledge, and also when to zap drones or when to deny the plant with it. You know what? I'm actually gonna put him here in B tier. Yes, I changed my mind because yeah, like I said, plant deny and this is pretty difficult with him. to know when to be on your cams and when not. And you can also shoot at the floor below the plant spot and put your evil eye below it. So requires lots of map knowledge actually. Yeah, I think B tier is better for him. Okay, Mute. So they're gonna nerf Mute, I think, in the future, the way I understood it, next season. That his jammers are not gonna be jamming vertical anymore, so you cannot jam the floor above. At least that's the way I understood it. So before that, I would have put him a lot higher, something, but now I think C tier, excuse me, C tier is good for him, because you have to just mute doorways and walls and put your jammer in a way that's hard to destroy, also for Twitch drones and stuff. Yeah, and the exact way to place the mute jammer can be a bit tricky, but I don't think it requires too much skill. I think most people can play mute to his full capacity when they played him quite some time. It's not that difficult. And last but not least, Tachanka. Yeah, I really don't play Tachanka at all. I just saw teammates play it, and I watched Pro League videos, how pros use him. It's mostly an easier smoke, in my opinion. You can just spam his gadget anywhere you want to deny the entry. And it doesn't require as much skill as smoke, because smoke is only 3 canisters and Tachanka is like, I don't know, way more. So you can just spam it without much thought, and yeah. Okay, we're gonna go to B tier again now. Vigil. This is gonna be hard to understand maybe for some people, but Vigil's gadget requires lots of skill to use to full capacity. In the prep phase you need to hunt drones with him and to locate the place where attackers are gonna come from and call it out to your team. That requires lots of skill actually. What you need to understand with the Vigil is that a drone can only see you when it is right on your level or above you. When you are above a drone, you yourself are above a drone, like I think 1 or 2 meters on an elevated object, the drone cannot see you at all, not even the Vigil bars. So this obviously requires skill to know where you're completely invisible, and you can also tactically use your Vigil gadget to make attackers think you are on the same floor as them, but you're actually below. So lots of map knowledge required with this operator to use the full capacity. So I think B tier is well deserved. Frost, next one. Frost, you often gonna place them below windows, the frost traps, but there are other spots which require more skill, like you can knife vases, and the debris is gonna lie on the floor, and that's where you hide your frost trap, for example. Also, when you put them on stairs, the exact way you put them can make a difference. So you have to know when the attacker is gonna look up the stairs and not on the floor anymore, and that's where you're gonna put your frost trap. Yeah, and there are also double frost trap, triple frost traps and stuff like that. And you also have to know where it is likely the attackers are gonna come from. So you need to have good game sense and predictions. Yeah, B tier. Okay, Clash. Clash is a really cancer operator, and I hate Clash, and most people I think. But it requires lots of skill actually to play her really well. I cannot really describe how to do it because I don't play Clash at all. But I have seen some great Clash players. I painfully experienced it, and I can see what you can do with her. You can feed intel, You can use your teammates to peek behind her. And also in 1v1 situations, you have to know when to, or in general, you have to know when to be on your shield and when to take your gun out. Yeah, that is difficult. Also, she's difficult to play because she's the slowest operator, I think, even with her shield on her back. Extremely slow. And yeah, so you have to pick your position really well because you cannot reposition fast. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the next operator. I don't want to talk about Clash anymore. I hate Clash. Alibi. Yeah, you can do some nice stuff with her. You put her gadget in windows or in front of windows to deny the attackers shooting or spamming bullets through the window. And also what I've seen Macy J do with Alibi, you in a clutch situation, you can fake a run out with her. You can throw out the Alibi gadget outside, and that's when you run towards the attacker actually, or sneak up towards him, and the attacker is going to be distracted. So that's I was really impressed when I saw that. And also you can, of course, try to imitate a clone, and knowing how to do that so you won't get shot requires skill as well. I think it has a high skill ceiling, this operator, but not higher than B tier. I think there are harder operators to play. Then we have Kapkan. Let's go. Kapkan I really like, and his gadget, you have to know the height you place it, mostly low of course, in doorways, and you have to know and predict the way attackers are coming, from which direction, and the direction they are least likely to look at your Kapkan trap. So you have to really think about the position, and you have to predict where they're gonna come from, know which areas are good for Kapkan traps. You can also put them inside the objective between the sides for an unexpected Kapkan trap when they rush in later in the round. They won't expect a Kapkan trap there. So it's pretty similar to Frost actually, also a trap operator. And then we have Melusi. Okay, Melusi. She got nerfed quite a bit, but she's still very viable. And what I've seen in Pro League matches with her, for example on Cafe, top floor, if you shoot out the bar, when you open it up completely, and you put the Melusi gadget on the floor at the inner bar, then you can make it hard to shoot, and the line of sight of the gadget will still slow people entering the site. So generally you have to really know how to place it in a way that the attackers are forced to mess up their crosshair placement. So they have to look on the floor or behind them or sideways. So basically they become a free kill. And the way you do it defines your skill with Melusi. Yeah, it's a pretty great operator and hard to use to her full potential. But of course there are harder operators, which we will come to soon. Okay, last in the B tier will be Mirror. Mirror, the way you place your mirrors, also in unconventional spots, requires quite a bit of skill. Also, you have to know as a mirror main, when you shoot out the mirror window from the opposite side, the soft wall, you can create much more vision. And also you can think up new mirror strats with her, and make your whole team coordination and team strat based around your mirror setup. And she can change the way a whole site is played. That's why she's also banned quite a lot, because she is really strong. Still, even though you can knife her mirrors now, I think she requires quite a bit of skill to play well. And yeah, that's it for B tier. A tier, we're gonna go with Legion. I bet you didn't see this coming, but Legion is actually a really high skill operator. You can put your goo mines on the default plant spots to get like 4 or 5 seconds extra of time as a defender when they're gonna try to plant, and also at the info when they're gonna plant. Also, you can put your goo mines where you expect attackers to come from, also in weird places. For example, Café Dostoevsky again, bottom floor defense. You can, if you predict the attackers are gonna rush from reception into code check, you can put a goo mine below the code check window, and it cannot be shot out. When there's a frost trap, you can shoot it out as an attacker, but goo mine, no chance. I don't think so. Also on canal, top floor, Skybridge window, printer window. You can put a goo mine there. Very hard to get rid of it. Maybe through the drone hole with an edge charge or something. But other than that, really some really good goo mines you can place. Also, you can put goo mines on window sills. So the attacker, when he rappels, he's gonna be affected by the goo mine, and he can only pull it out once he's on the roof or on the floor again. So if you're a Legion main, you need to know that, of course. And basically you have to really predict where the attackers are gonna come from, and this requires game sense, and this has a high skill ceiling. Okay, next operator is Jäger. Jäger, the ADS is very important for any side, of course, and the way you place it can decide whether you win the round or lose it. For example, if your smoke gets naded, the round can easily be lost, and if you save by an ADS, by a well-placed ADS, then the round can easily be won. So you need to know exactly where to place it. For example, on cache, Clubhouse, when you're defending CTV in cache, it's a good idea to put one behind the green box in cache room, so the defender doesn't get naded there. Also, when they have a Thatcher, you can Jäger trick your ADSs. So you're gonna wait until the EMP comes, and then you place them. Place the ADS, sorry. Yeah. I think Jäger has a high skill ceiling. You can put really bad ADSs and be completely useless, but if you put them right, you can be essential to the round win. Okay, Bandit. So this entirely depends upon whether you're bandit tricking or not. If you're not bandit tricking, it's not such a high skill ceiling operator, but if you do, it is. Yeah, bandit tricking is pretty hard. Also, when Maverick is on the board, you have to know when to retreat and don't get killed, and maybe even how to kill the Maverick. Also, when you have Kali, Thatcher, Thermite, Hibana, Ace, and something like that, when you combine it, and also when there's a Capitao, and Capitao shoots his firebolts through the drone hole, it's pretty difficult. Or if they open up above or below you with Ash or Buck, yeah, it's pretty difficult to band trick. And even without it, it is still difficult. Even if you're only facing Thermite and nothing else, it's still pretty difficult. Yeah, it's a high skill ceiling operator. Okay, Wamai. Wamai can have a high skill ceiling. For example, when you put your magnets outside the building to stop a nomad charge, for example, on Consulate, when you put a nomad charge on the projector balcony runout, you can put a magnet or two outside on the balcony so the air jabs get stopped. Also, you can do it outside, for example, border. If you defend armory, you could put them outside the armory wall, like on the ceiling, on the balcony, and so you can stop projectiles like grenades and something like that, and they won't expect it. Also, another example on Oregon, when you're defending top floor, there's always an Ash or something who destroys the bandit charges from below, the one in games at the master bedroom breach. So you can put one might magnet in classroom, or maybe even two. Yeah, this requires map knowledge and prediction. Yes, which qualifies them as a high skill ceiling operator. Castle, next one. Castle requires lots of skill to put the castle barricades well. Most castles are a complete shit, but when you see it in Pro League, you can do a lot with them. Restructure the entire site and base your whole strat around him, and it can really make or break the round. Yeah, the knowledge where to put them, where attackers are coming from, again, lots of skill required. Oryx, I think is hard to play because you know when to flank. I think it's a flanking operator essentially. It requires lots of map knowledge, the knowledge where the hedges are, the timing on these flanks. So you have the time management is another thing which requires skill. Also, you have to know when to do certain runouts. He's a great operator for that. And yeah, but mostly the time management thing and game sense required with him. Okay, then we have the last one in this tier, Kaid. Kaid, oh, very, very high skill ceiling operator, I think, because you can Kaid trick, that requires skill, and also you can come up with new Kaid claws which are difficult or impossible to destroy. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen certain ones, and you should agree with me here. Also in Pro League, I've seen pretty nasty ones. You can also put them outside, really unexpected ones. Yeah, really high skill ceiling, basically. I think this is the perfect word to describe Kaid. High skill ceiling. The perfect phrase for better. Okay, final tier, the S tier. Okay, you're gonna see which ones are in there now. We're gonna start off with Valkyrie. By the way, these are in one tier. These are not in a particular order. So Legion doesn't require more skill than Kaid, or vice versa. Maybe it does, but it is not intentional, okay? So only the tiers separately require more skill. Okay, Valkyrie, S tier. Valkyrie is one of the highest skill ceiling operators in the on defense, definitely. You can put really bad cameras, which can be shot easily, but on the other hand, you can put extremely nasty outside cams, which cannot be found at all without an IQ. And also inside the building, there are lots of spots, and also you can. You should put them there where you can see far from below. I said I didn't want to include the secondary gadget, but this combines her loadout really well. So even if you don't have C4, you can place them for your teammates who have C4, and you can deny the plant with her, and also yeah, I think she's really quite a bit overpowered actually. I think 2 cameras would be enough for her because she's so strong, and in the hands of a really good Valkyrie player, she is insane. Yeah, that's about it. I think you can agree with me here. Valkyrie is really high skill ceiling. has a really high skill ceiling. Okay, Echo is the next one. Echo is really difficult to play in general, even in a basic way. Even now, when his drones are visible, you have to know when to be on your drone and when not to. Also, the way you move your drone to deny the plant, so you and where to hide it. For example, on consulate garage defense, you can hide your drone beneath the black car, for example, and then drive it out, go to the ceiling with the cam, and then deny the plant. That requires a lot of skill. Also, where you position yourself as Echo while you do that, where you cannot be killed from above or directly. Also map knowledge required for this operator. And you can also aid your roamers with the Echo drone. You can drone them in, like an attacker, basically. Yeah, I think this is a very hard support operator, of course. And support operators, this is a generalization, but support operators often require more skill and more brain, actually, than pure fragging. Yes. Then we have Smoke. Smoke is my most played operator in defense. I know a lot about Smoke, and I can tell you it's one of the highest skill ceiling operators in the game. Maybe even more skill than Valkyrie. Smoke is all about timing. You have to know when to use them, the smoke canisters, and so it is not only for plant deny. It is for stopping rushes, for stopping pushes, delay time. You can also shotgun below and throw your smokes from below the site or below a certain area. There's so much you can do with Smoke, and the better you get, the more you can get out of him. The possibilities are endless with this operator, which cannot be said about others, like Rook. Okay, Smoke is very high skill ceiling. Okay, and the last one, Pulse. Pulse is has an extremely good gadget, one of the best, maybe the best in defense. Maybe with Smoke and Valkyrie together. This gadget, imagine you are a hacker and have wall hacks, and then you can see everyone through the walls and even call it out to your teammates. And this is basically what this operator does. Only you are not cheating, but it's actually in the game. So you have to know when to be on your pulse scanner and when not. You have to have extreme map knowledge to call out through walls where they are at. And you can get your teammates free kills with them. Also, you can deny the plant. And also, you should not always reveal directly in the prep phase that your team has a pulse, so you can surprise the enemy and they don't start looking for you right away downstairs. Also, Pulse is not only for playing from below. Pulse can be played on site, also for runouts, and it can be played horizontally basically as well. So through hard walls you can see enemies, through soft walls you can wall bang them, and this operator is very good for callouts, for intel. And if he didn't have such a weak gun, the UMP, then this operator would definitely be overpowered and he would be played way more than he is now. You don't see Pulse that often, even though his gadget is insane, extremely good. But in Pro League you can see him quite a lot sometimes on certain maps, mostly when the floor is soft, on Villa or Cafe, for example. Yeah, that concludes my list. If you don't agree, you can write in the comments. Again, I'm not an expert on a lot of these operators. I can tell you which ones I really know about, where I'm very sure about their place, which is Valkyrie, Smoke, Pulse, Legion, Jäger, Bandit, Kaid, Vigil, Kapkan, Melusi, Rook, Doc, and Mute maybe. Yeah. These I'm really sure about. Yeah. Okay. That concludes my video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.